Okay, so let me assume Denis Makori is here. I've seen a thumbs up. So like I said, my name is Titus from Codevertex, the programs coordinator. So if you're new and you're hearing about Codevertex for the first time, you're going to dive into that and you're going to get to know more about Codevertex and what we do. But just to get started, I wanted us to just take a moment. IT support is not something that you're new to. Maybe you've been doing it without even knowing that you're doing it. Or how many times as maybe in your family, these people just, because they know you know your way around with devices and tech. So whenever they have a problem or maybe somebody's WhatsApp is not working, or maybe a printer in the office is not working. You're not you're not in the IT department, but you just get some requests like that. Or which an official request did you get to maybe fix something that is tech related? It could be maybe fixing your heater in the kitchen, or maybe fixing the TV remote, or whatever. Let me just get someone. Have you ever received things like this? Because you might have been doing IT support without even knowing you've been doing it. So that is what we are going to be discussing here, and we're going to dive deeper into the major skills and career paths and certifications that you need to have to now be identified as a professional IT support engineer. And believe you me, we are going to make you one in just 3 months. So somebody, can I get somebody just, have you ever received any request to, fix something, or maybe just fix something on WhatsApp, just something at all? I see like around 25 participants. So you want to tell me, you guys, you've never fixed anything in your life, like somebody has, even in your family, or maybe a simple remote, or maybe just fixing a phone or something, just looking into call logs. Somebody, anything, just share a story with us. Now I'm going to pick. Anthony, you are first in my list. Have you ever fixed anything in your life before? Anthony, how are you? How are you doing? Anthony, can you hear me? Oh, good. Anthony, if you can't speak, you can type. Have you ever fixed anything in life? Or as I get somebody here, this person is called product review. Yes, go ahead. The floor is yours. What have you ever fixed in your life?
Okay, it happened at
We're not
the
hearing
place.
you. Product review. We can't hear you. Maybe, I don't know. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Hello. You're muted. You're muted. And I see a hand. Yes, product review. Is it a legacy hand? Okay, I'm going to start with Robinson. Bill, have you ever fixed anything in your life? Then I'll move to Charlie, and then product review, get ready. And then I'll give the last one to a lady. Joyce. So I'll give the last one to Joyce, and then we can move to the next thing. So quickly, Bill.
Yeah, so hi. So
Let's
like this
go.
is Bill. I've been able to fix the phone of my mom. She forgot to put a battery kwa hakabambe. So to like I simply went and put like the battery well, and it worked. And she said that her son is a very good IT like engineer. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill, for sharing. I think I had muted my volume. I don't know. So this guy called Product Review was actually talking and I wasn't able to hear until you started talking and I wasn't hearing anything. Then I knew something was wrong. Yes, now you can go. Product Review. Bill, that was a nice story. And I just wanted to say that IT support engineer is the impression you give to the community. If you in your village, they know you that this is the person to go to when your radio is not working or whatever. That is how you gain popularity. It's what you give to the community and what you can do. As simple, you might think it is small or simple, but that is what sells you out there. Yes, let's go to product review.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, give us your real name, Buana.
Okay, my name is Brian Masharia.
Brian Masharia, okay.
So it happened one time
Mm-hmm.
at the place I used to work had some issues, and the issue was the machine was connected to the POS printer, and it was not printing. So I just went around and reconnected the LAN Ethernet cable, and then it just happened. It is started printing out the receipts.
Wow, yours is even on another level. You know, these they're called thermal printers. These POS printers can be real pain, actually. I've handled a few, and my first experience wasn't that pretty. So I know they can be a pain. And if you handle that, then your skills are already on the next level. Nice. Now let's give it to a lady, and then we can move to the next thing. Joyce Wakari. Joyce, how are you? It's a time to shine. Joyce, can you hear me? Before I give it to somebody else, we don't have time. Nice. What's your story? Talk to us. Joyce, I'm going to give it to somebody else. Please hurry up.
Hello,
Hello, Joyce. How are you?
I'm good. So I was an intern at a place where they had network issues, but they had not connected their Ethernet cables. That's my encounter.
Oh, and you stepped in and fixed it.
Yeah, it was just plugging in and just like that.
You guys are some mini Zuckerbergs and Elon Musk's around, and we don't even know. You start that small, and that small fire that you set burning can set a whole bush on fire, and people will notice. Okay, so product review. What is remaining? Yes, I want to move to the next thing. Please make it short. Go ahead.
Oh, I have nothing.
Oh, your hand is up. I don't know if it's legacy. Okay, so now it's getting more interesting, and I just want you to, if you didn't get a chance to speak, I just want you to do this one thing for me. It's going to take a minute. So, are you ready for this? Let's say if IT support was an emoji, you know what an emoji is, right? Everybody knows what an emoji is. Everybody knows, I believe. Now, if IT support was an emoji, which one would it be for you and why? So now drop that emoji here. Give me that emoji. If it is whatever, just drop it here. If it is a computer or whatever, just in the messages section really quick, just put it there and why. Let's go. It's 1 minute challenge. So it is 2015 by 2016 and 30 seconds we should be done. Just put it there really quick. If IT support was an emoji, what would it be for you and why? 3 to 5 participants, please share if you did get a chance to speak and you'd like to express how you feel about IT support. Okay, you can do that as we continue. So let's wrap it up and then we can move to the next thing. So I just wanted to say that IT support is many things, like fixing, protecting, solving, helping people. And that's exactly what we are going to discuss today, so that you're going to dive deeper into the skills and the career paths that are involved. So I think I'm going to welcome our speaker for today. But before we get to that, remember I promised you that if you're hearing about Codevertex for the first time, then I think I need to give you a heads up and, so that you get to know who is Codevertex and what do we do. So if you're hearing about Codevertex for the first time, give me a thumbs up. Kevin, Francis, we have newbies. We have freshers, guys. We have freshers. We have Anthony. Anthony, your hand is up. You want to say something? I can see Churchill. We have freshers. Nice. And I'm getting emojis. Wow, this is amazing. I'm getting laptops, desktop. So you people have an idea. So this is going to be actually a fun session because you already know what you want and what you're looking for. So I'm seeing Anthony. I'm also seeing Bernard here. Submit a ticket. There's a message icon. Anthony, you want to say something? Seeing a telephone icon. Wow, amazing. Technologist. Range and hammer. Wow. that one got me. Range and hammer. Are you hitting screws on your laptop with that? But anyway, I know where it applies in IT support, so don't mind that. Okay. So like I promised, now that you've given me what you feel about IT support, now let me give you a brief history about Codevertex, and probably you'll know why we are here and why we are organizing this. So Codevertex is a premier technology training and solutions provider. I just said that Codevertex is a premier technology training and solutions provider, and we are based in Kisumu. Our main aim is to bridge the digital skills gap in Kenya as a whole, and probably in Africa as a continent. So we deal in hands-on training. We offer a number of courses with an umbrella name. We call these courses Digitica courses, but mostly one of the courses that we offer is IT Support Engineer course with an internationally recognized certification. That means you can work with this certification in any country. We offer ICDL workforce courses, that is ICDL level 1 to level 4. Now, under ICDL, if I say level 1, that means you learn basics of computers, you learn how to work with files, computer applications and all that. You go to level 2, now you learn something to do with programming computer applications. You get some basics of advanced data analytics. You can also get a bit of training into IoT and all that, and also introduction to AI. And then you get to level 3, you do advanced financial analytics, advanced spreadsheets, you do cloud, you do advanced IoT, and then you get to level 4, where now you are an IT professional, you do professional modules. So ICDL is actually a broad collection of courses based on your level. So if you are beginner level, we start with level 1. If you feel like you've handled computers for some time and you need an international certification that you can work with somewhere, you can go to level 3 or level 4, where you get to learn about cloud, data analytics, big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all that. So we offer that at Codevertex. We also have software engineering level 1. We also have software engineering level 2. So level 1, you learn about web and web applications, things like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, if you've heard about that before. And of course, if you're new to IT totally, in computers communicate using applications which are programmed using languages that computers understand. You and me understand Kiswahili or English or French or Spanish or whatever, but computers only understand code. So there are different languages that can be compiled into the level of zeros and ones that computers can actually understand. And these languages can help you build applications that run on computers or on the cloud or whatever, or on your phone, yeah, or on iOS or Apple. Okay. So another course that we offer is data science. And in data science, you do data science with machine learning. And lastly, software engineering level 2 now, where you do advanced API programming, front end. So you can actually get to specialize. You can specialize in front end, you can specialize in back end and all that. But that is where things now get advanced. And at the end of each course, you get a certification. And of course, we give free internships at the end of each of our courses. Okay, so that is that about Codevertex. So you know who we are, where we are, and what we do. So let's move to the next step, where now I'm going to introduce our speaker for today. So before I introduce our speaker for today, I just want to ask really quick, how many have traveled with Easy Coach before? Well, I'm one, so I'm actually a suspect. So Shirley, as you can see, Anthony, did you ever experience any challenges? Because we want to roast this guy today. If you ever experienced any challenge with your ticket or whatever, whichever, we want to roast this guy today as we discuss IT support, masterclass, skills, certifications, and career paths. So before I welcome him, just in the messages section, I will be able to read so that he'll be able to answer us, because actually at a personal level, I've also experienced some technical challenges with Easy Coach. So you can note them in the messages section. I'll project the questions later on, but allow me to invite our speaker for today because of time. So welcome. Denis, welcome. Denis, can you hear me? Welcome. We are welcoming you with thumbs up, and we're welcoming you with a lot of, can you hear me, Denis?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Denis Nyamweya, we are going to roast you, so I hope you're ready.
Okay. 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 I can say welcome. I can say welcome, guys, to this masterclass. So basically, I'll start with my name.
As the floor is yours. You can proceed.
Okay. As you know, my name is Denis Makori Nyamweya. So let me share some slides with you. Just a moment. Share. Okay. You guys, can you see my screen? Hello?
Yeah, sure, we
yes,
can.
we can see your screen.
Okay, so I'll start a little about me. Okay, I started my IT journey from Seno. My degree was in ICT. So from there, I started my first job. So my first job, it was I can say it was a mostly field-based job, because I started mostly I was working in the O&E fiber technical. It was a field support engineering. So basically, I was doing the fiber technician's job. So that was my first role, but it was a volunteership role. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Let me go on. Okay, so let me just jump right up into the key things instead of speaking about myself. But speaking about myself, so let me just go back about myself. Sorry.
Yes, we'd like to hear your journey.
Okay, so as you guys, I think you've been updated from the news that was shared, the poster. So currently I work at Easy Coach, but if I go way back, I started in telecom, which was a volunteer role. From there, I proceeded to join Centum, which I worked as a network operations center engineer, where basically I was in charge of the data center. So setting up servers, managing switches, and such. So from there, I proceeded to become a network engineer in tier data, where I managed over 600 employees. 600 devices and around 450 users. So basically that involved Active Directory, such things like Active Directory, ticketing systems, and also another thing I did was structured cabling. So going forward, so let me start with the main agenda. So I will be talking about I think five key things in my agenda. So the first one, what are the emerging IT trends currently? Can you guys tell me a little bit about a few of the emerging trends that you know? Hello.
Can I steal the obvious one?
Okay, the emerging trends, the currently emerging trends in IT.
Somebody stole mine. AI, artificial intelligence, AI agents,
Okay, so I think let me just go forward and tell you.
LLMs,
Okay, so the
IoT.
first one is internet. So internet it started in the 1960s, but it took hold during the Corona time. Around it was around 2019,
2019.
2019, right? So that is the time that internet became, because it became cheaper around that time. People started started installation of internet. Right now we have Starlink. Now there are several ISPs around I can say around 24 ISPs in Kenya. The main ISPs, leave alone the small ISPs. So apart from internet, another thing is there's the Internet of Things. Another thing is in Internet of Things there is 5G. Yeah. Then there is AI and automation that is together. Another thing is cloud computing. Yeah. So people are migrating, instead of using physical servers, they are nowadays using virtualized servers. Yeah. Okay. Another thing is cybersecurity, because AI has taken hold, and big data. So you find cybersecurity has become also a major issue. So okay, let me go to the next slide. So this is the first the emerging trend I started with, internet. There's 5G, and I combine it with AI. So in terms of internet, so I want you guys at least be familiar with the protocols of internet, the protocols used to broadcast mostly internet. No Wi-Fi 6, the 5G technology. Just go in depth and try and learn about that. Okay. Another thing in AI, currently there are several tools. There are several LLMs, and also currently we have the ChatGPT cloud. There are several AIs. I can say that. Also, from also going another thing, there's also for virtualization. There's the cloud computing. So we use Azure, AWS. There are things like that. Instead of you guys hosting your own servers, because you find that hosting your own servers, you have to spend mostly on the servers itself. You find that it's very expensive. Another thing is the power consumption. Another thing is the limitation of having huge data centers. You find that it's quite expensive. Okay. Apart from that, there's also I've already talked about cloud computing. So in terms of cybersecurity, you guys should try and go in depth to learn about the protocols. Basically, you have to know the protocols first before you venture into cybersecurity. You have to know how networks work, how the internet works, how you are able to browse, how you can be able to get into your browser, such maybe let's say YouTube. From YouTube, you can be able to reach the YouTube using the YouTube URL. You are able to reach the IP address to be resolved using the DNS server until you reach the YouTube server, so that you can be able to get the content. So, okay, just present. Okay, in IoT, so currently we have things like smart meters. You find also there's also the smart license recognition systems currently used in very big malls. Also, you find that it's also being used in houses. You find that people are having smart meters for water and power. Other thing is also people are going solar, and you find solar, some of them have these smart devices, and also devices also changing to become smart. TVs, another thing, you can washing machine, dishwashers, yeah, they're going digital. So you will find that everything will be interlinked very soon, sooner or later, and all this data will be on the cloud. Now that's where virtualization also comes in. So at least get in these from these 5 key emerging technologies, take a niche and focus on it, and develop on it. Don't focus on everything, because if you focus on everything, you'll not be able to develop your skills, and you'll also not be able to, at least when you're presenting your skill, when you put your CV, you mix a lot of, maybe you say, I did Active Directory, I'm good in AI, I'm good in IoT, I'm good in cybersecurity. You find that somebody just looks into your CV. Not many people know this, but when somebody looks into your CV and see that you've written, you have many skills, do you know that the chances of them taking you is very low, because you have to take a niche, focus, and say, I'm good in Active Directory, I'm good in ERP systems, maybe. In ERP systems, I've worked on maybe, let's say, SAP in a financial area, or maybe there's Salesforce. You're very good in Salesforce. You can do the configuration of the workflow. You can also do the hierarchical setup. You can also set up the mail server on it, so that people can be able, when they are creating let's say invoices, for maybe there's a purchase being made, the mails there should reach A or B, somebody A or somebody B. Okay. Another thing. Okay. One of the questions that I think the presenter asked was, if IT was an emoji, which one will it be? To me, I can say it will be a document, because you find that in IT, your skills are important, but you find that once you venture into IT in depth, you find that documentation matters, because you have to document everything that you've done, the problem that you faced, and how you solved it, because somebody else will come back and check it. This is what I did. These are the problems I encountered. Also, your manager will be checking that, because they won't be hearing that I went, the printer had issue A or B. At least when you have some documentation said, this is what I've been working on, the printer has this issue, the cabling, this is what I do. Maybe it was flashing a yellow, maybe there was maybe a disconnection, maybe a crosstalk. So what I did, maybe, let's say, I did a replacement of the cable. So you have to know how to do your documentations. So me, I learned that the hard way, because I was given a project immediately I started. It was an internship role. I stayed for 1 year in tier data. So during that internship role, I was given a very big project, which was basically structured cabling. It was for riverbank apartments in Two Rivers, if you know it. So the project involved a lot. I had to do access control. There was also the barriers. Basically, barriers are those that once you come in with your car, it's able to see your number plate and recognize, maybe, let's say, this car came in. It's registered under a homeowner. A, maybe he owns the 15B apartment, or maybe an apartment inside there is able to access. If not, he has to get authorization either from the person owning the house, maybe he has to communicate with the management. Apart from that, I also, because it was very big. Okay, sorry.
Hi, Denis. Sorry to cut in, but maybe you could put your slides in presentation mode.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me go. Okay, so in IT, so basically, because I said I want you guys, if maybe I will advise somebody in this the 5 core emerging things in IT. I can say everyone starts from somewhere. You have to start from, mostly it's the help desk. You have to start from there. Yeah, truth be told. So you find yourself, you're being told your work is the big hidden issues. Mostly there's every organization has a ticketing systems. If you go to huge organizations, they have huge ticketing systems, Jira, or maybe ServiceNow. So it depends. So the ticketing system is where you'll be receiving. Omondi has an issue, maybe he's not able to print a document, he's not able to print his documents, or maybe he's unable to reach the internet. So you have to find a way to sort him out and close the ticket. That's where I told you documentation comes in. So you have to go into the ticketing system, itself. You have to confirm the details that the person has provided. So after confirming, you go and assist this client. After assisting, and you have to make sure after you've been able to close, or you've been able to close the ticket, or you have been able to sort this client, you have to go back and document in the system. Basically, you write maybe Davis had an internet disconnection. So you write maybe, let's say it's cabin, maybe let's say it's the HR office. So you have to write something, maybe say HR office, they are supposed to get an IP address of 10 dot. Let's say, let me not go in depth into IP addresses so as not to confuse you guys, but there's a specific IP addresses depending on the organization, how you've configured it. So we usually divide these IP addresses depending on the departments, basically, in order to ensure everything is secure. So maybe he was not getting an IP, so you have to troubleshoot it using the OSI model. So at least you start from layer 1 to layer 7. You confirm where is the issue, and this is how I solved it. So another thing, there's the system administration. This is whereby now you have access to a lot of things now. Entry level, you have very minimal access to things like servers. You only have some small access in order to sort the small issues. But now in terms of system administration, now here you manage servers, you create user accounts. You have to come up with the network designs, basically from ground up. This is how it will be. Okay, another thing you'll be working on something like security wise. You'll be also setting up firewalls and such. Another career path is network and administration. So this is where you now deal with network infrastructure, setting up from access points, routers, switches, firewalls, even the servers itself, from the ground, right up from the ground. In system administration, you don't have to set it from the ground. Usually you have to just manage it. Yeah, in network administration, you have to do it from the ground up. And you also have to troubleshoot and also monitor. There's also a security analyst, penetration tester. Others in cybersecurity. Your function is mostly you will be auditing your system, also ensuring the firewall rules are currently working, and also you can also be testing. You can also be testing the firewall. Maybe you test using you try to spoof yourself. If it works, you know one of your rules is not okay. You have to go back and try to sort them out. For cloud engineer, DevOps, now that way it also comes virtualization. So you have to know the cloud infrastructure. So basically, from me, I started working on UCS servers. From there, I went to working with the Citrix servers. So basically, you have to configure, because we have several tools. Usually, we use the VMware ESXi as the host in the huge servers in data centers. You have to configure these. Then you configure the VMs which you will be using for maybe you are hosting your service. Okay, another thing is the NOC and SOC. These are also something that I worked on. So here is where basically your function is to monitor. You'll be monitoring your systems. There are several tools for monitoring. There is the Zabbix, there is the PRTG. So another thing, I would love to give you a very detailed roadmap, but I'll give you just a simple one. So the simplest one, I want you guys, let's say, you want to, I know many people, you want to bridge into IT. Maybe you don't have the background in IT. Maybe you didn't study university, you didn't get a chance to study in university. Maybe, let's say, you're working on a different career path, and you've seen, currently you see, let's say, currently a lot of jobs are not there currently. I can't say not there exactly, but they are there and they are also not there. Yeah, so it's a dilemma in a way, but IT, there are jobs, but it all comes down to you, how you will take the skills that you work on, and also how you brand yourself. So the first thing I would say you learn, start with the hardware. Know how the computer works, the components of the computer. If you just go to the street, I think there are several computers that usually being sold in cheap prices. So you can just take them, go home, try and open them, try and just play around with it. Get to learn about the RAM, SSD, yeah, hard disk, how to fix maybe the screen. You test it out. From there, you can there are also free courses. So you can just go online, look, maybe you want to learn about hardware, fixing a laptop maybe, or maybe fixing a CPU. You just work with it. Yeah? From there, you can go to another part is you try the soft. From there, you go to soft. Know how web browsers work, the protocols it uses. Also, from software, I see also the Codevertex also works on in terms of software. They are going to give you, I think, real world skills in software. So I think Bill can take you in coding. I know I didn't in the emerging trends. I didn't speak about software, but it's one of the emerging trends. The only thing is that AI has come in, but software is not that software is going to be written off, but it's going to work together with software, because even in order for you to be able to reach at the ChatGPT page, it's a software already. Software has been created in order for you to use that to reach that interface. So software is also an emerging thing. But so you guys, you can know how web applications work, how to build websites. You can also go in depth, spin your own servers. I know some of you have your own laptops. Just create a small lab on your laptop. Just use a VirtualBox or a VMware player. Set up your own servers. Spin up. Let's say create Ubuntu. Maybe try Kali. You have Windows in there. Try everything. Just practice on it. You can create Active Directory on it. There are courses, free courses. I think I'll link them, or I'll just share with the team leading in Codevertex, and they will share it with you about these free courses. Also, another thing that I would recommend you guys, join membership bodies. I know many people, when you try to log in, maybe let's say you're joining. So, okay. I already spoke about these, the core technical skills, mostly master virtualization, like I said. Go into VirtualBox, create an environment, install Linux, install Windows. Also in software, also learn how to install basic OS. So installing OS, you get to know how they operate. And also you can just, even at your own time, you try and break the OS within the virtualized environment. Don't try and break the OS. Install on your machine, basically in your virtualized environment, once you break it, you try and recover it. So another thing you can see, I spoke about Active Directory. So Active Directory is currently it's a big thing. You can see many major organizations use it. And so if you master these skills in Active Directory, you can just go to a small organization, maybe it's just a startup starting out. They don't have Active Directory, tell them, hello, I am Bill or I am Denis, and I can see organization, you don't have Active Directory, and in a way it's a risk because you can't manage users, you can't basically in identity management, you can't do that. And also you can't create basically shared drives in order for people, maybe let's say in finance, they are working together. They don't have to use USB to share files. They just have to go to a shared drive. I created this my design. So can you maybe just check it out and maybe try and make some updates or maybe some changes, maybe, yeah, something as such. So create some shared drives, work on it, test it out. When you're creating your lab, you can also connect into the other machine that you've bridged in the virtualized environment. Try to, from that machine, try to access that drive. If you're able to access that drive, you've done well. If you're not able, it means you have something more you're missing. There's something more you have to learn. But I prefer when you make mistakes, because when you make mistakes, it means you get to learn more. Because if everything you are going to, you're starting to you're starting your job and you find that mostly it's in established organizations mostly. Compared, if you compare somebody who has been working on a startup and somebody who's working on a already established organization, you find that somebody working on a startup has more skills compared to somebody working on a already established organization. Why? This is because you find in a startup, they have many problems. They just starting out, maybe they were using the payroll system, they were using a basic, maybe they were using the files, papers. So you've come in, you're being told now you have to migrate to, maybe you have to get one ERP system, SAP, there's the Sage, you have to migrate, you have to start using it. You have to start from ground up, you have to set it up, you have to test it out. You will meet problems along the way. No one is there to hold your hand. You have to figure it out. Because the manager will come to you and tell you, Denis, we have this problem, and it's bringing a lot of issues. You have to find a way to sort it out, because yeah, you know, you're being paid to do that. So the soft skills, I already talked about it. Just know about how to work with your team, problem solving. And also another thing is I always encourage people, just be flexible. In case you're given a project, maybe when you're starting out, you'll be given even odd jobs. You can be told maybe you're supposed to, maybe I saw a question somewhere, but I've been told you have to drive the MD or maybe you have to clean the server room, something like that. So just do it, because it's basically yourself. You're going to use it to bridge to something much more. So in terms of technical skills, also I encourage you guys in the ticketing system, you just go to Linux. There's this ticketing system. It's free. So just go using a VirtualBox. You can just create your own server. That server, just install Ubuntu. Then either use Spiceworks, or maybe if you want a free one, just use the Peppermint. So Peppermint, it gives you a basic knowledge of how ticketing systems work. You can also try maybe to make some changes to it. And if you are good enough, you can just, maybe if you are joining an organization, they don't have a ticketing system, so you can just do some small overhaul of that Peppermint and deploy it for the organization. And imagine it'll be good. Imagine telling your manager, or maybe you're putting something in your CV, like you spun up a ticketing system. Maybe you're telling your boss, I did 1, 2, 3. I spun up my own server. Imagine you're applying for a job. You're being asked, I know somebody is asking, you're applying for a job, they're requesting around 3 years, 2 years of experience. You don't have that. So what I can tell you, it's not a must you have the experience about 2 years, 3 years. Now, instead of saying you don't have experience, or maybe you never went to school about this and that, just go in your CV, add a project section. In the project section, say, okay, in the project section, I spun up my own server. I created my own Active Directory. I connected around 3 computers. I created a shared drive. I created the organization groups. And in these organization groups, I applied some policies in which for HR, they are not able to access data from the management side. And also the IT team is able to access the configuration, but is not able to access maybe the shared drives. You can talk about that. Another thing, you can also go into, maybe say you worked on your ticketing system. Now you focus on the projects. So imagine maybe the HR is just looking at your CV. You never had a background in such. He'll just, when he sees the project section, he say, okay, interesting. Let me just at least let's hear him out. Come on, let's hear her out. So when they hear you at least you project what you've been doing. So usually encourage you guys, when you're doing your projects, you're at least document them, upload them to GitHub. You can also upload them to Notion. In Notion, you can turn them into website basically notes website, something like that. So when you upload them, at least you have something to show. So in certifications, there are several free certifications. So there's the Google IT Support. So you can just go into Coursera, you can get it. So in any case, you find that you're not able to get it, maybe some charges, you just apply the Commonwealth Scholarship and it goes through. Another thing is the Fortinet. Try with the FCF and the FCA. You can use this to bridge yourself into cybersecurity. Those guys who want to get into cybersecurity, and they also the NSCE to NSC4, which is free, and also FCF, the Fortinet Certified Foundations, is free. Fortinet Certified Associate. Now this one it comes with a cost if you don't make it to the pass mark. Another thing is the Cisco DevNet Associate. Sorry. So this one is free. You just have to log into your Cisco network card. You sign up, you log in, you just now take the free course. Now this one, I mostly will encourage you guys to take the Cisco DevNet. Basically, you'll be working on switches and such. Those are entering the network. Who want to get into the field of network engineering or network administration. So I'll suggest you guys take DevNet, because it also involves about automation. AI is also, I think there have been some changes. You can go test it out. The certified in cybersecurity, it's free. Go apply it, do it. On completing it, try and join the membership body. So you can use it. Maybe let's say you're applying for a job, you can say maybe I'm a member of SC2. Imagine you get ahead of a lot of people when you're applying for a job. You can say maybe I'm a member of maybe the Internet Society. I'm a member of ISCC2. I'm a member of Oracle. Things as such. You get an edge. So another thing, the Oracle Cloud Foundations, it's free, the OCF. Also try your hands on Try Hack Me. Cybersecurity is also free. You can apply scholarship. So I also suggest you guys to join communities. When you connect with people is where, let's say, every small thing starts. There's a beginning for everything. So start small, but these small wins, they stack up. So when you join these communities, you get to learn, you get to interact with guys who already made it, or maybe they're in the way to make it. But in IT, I can say there's maybe you've reached it, because things change. In IT, it's constantly evolving, so you have to at least keep up with the trends. Now, currently, we are working in AI, so at least go learn about how to create your own AI agent to work for you. And before I close, another thing I also want to talk about, when you are working on a project, I want you guys to just take ownership of that project. And for me, in taking ownership, usually I give my projects my own names, at least to give me maybe motivation. Let's say, for example, me, because I'm a Marvel fan, let's say the projects I've worked in, One was involving basically access control and CCTV. So this I call it a project. It was a project Sentinel. I gave it a name. So just give it a cool name, maybe Project Winter Soldier or something of the sort. Let's say you're working on a project, you're telling your manager, yeah, I've done a Project Gemini. At least, you feel enthusiastic to talk about it. You say, this project involved maybe, I set up some security measures along the way. Maybe I did 1 and 2. In the camera setup, I added basically because also cameras also becoming smart. You can go ahead and say maybe you worked on ensuring that there's the remote communication. So you added the feature of maybe face identification, in which you can add for mostly cameras and access control. Somebody just comes into an office. The cameras are able to detect this was a Monday. He logged in, he entered the office at 9:05. He was seen at the kitchen, will be eating chapatis or something at 10. Yeah. So another thing, the field of IT is huge. So you guys just don't be afraid. Just get your hands dirty, try it. And I think you'll learn a lot. Don't be afraid to try it. Yeah, I can say that. And another thing is, I can say in terms of documentation, just go to GitHub, maybe let's say, check out several documentations. Maybe say you want to check the SLA agreement for Safaricom. I think there are some few shared there. You can try to check out how SLA documents are created. That's all, because nobody will teach you about this. These are some small skills that no one will ever teach you. Go learn about visual diagramming. So we can show you a sample here. Let's say I was working on. So I think
I think because of time, maybe we might jump to the QA section, but I just wanted to summarize. Thank you so much, Denis, Nyamweya, for that amazing presentation. You just taking your time to put things together like this, that was amazing, because not so many people are willing to do this. That means you love giving back to the community and you love growing with people, you love sharing.
So this is just a small, maybe let's say, small things that I've been working on, let's say, in terms of maybe camera setup. You can see cameras that are down, cameras that are not working, some things that I've proposed. I think I can say, just drawing, no one will ever teach you, but you will be, that's why I was saying documentation, one of the things that matters. You have to be able to create your own documentations.
Hello, Denis. Hello,
yeah.
hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that amazing presentation. We really appreciate you taking your time and putting all that information together, and also creating time to just have a session with a community like this. So it is like us building a small community here, trying to uplift people who have dreams and pointing them in the right direction. That is really something that not most of us are willing to do. Not most of us are willing to share. So this was really amazing, Denis. Thank you so much. So I think you're still here with us because we want to move to the QA session, where we're going to be directing some questions to you. Of course, we will start with. Remember when we were starting this, you mentioned something called the entry level, which is also most important. And somebody also commented in the messages section that when you're helping people and learning, it's so amazing. And that is where you get to learn so much. Because even the non-technical people that you see around, they know so much that they're expressing in a language that it may not be technical. But when you get to IT support, that is where now you realize you're learning so much. Somebody's asking you this and you've never thought of that, or doing something like that in your life. And now you're meeting that in a ticket when you're doing IT support, the entry level. Yes. So, so I don't know what, I just want one or two, a lady and maybe a gentleman. I hope you guys are gentlemen, because I am. Just give me a summary of what you got from what Denis, the beautiful presentation that we just had from Denis. Somebody, a gentleman, then a lady, just be ready. And then we can summarize it. Now we are moving to the most interesting part. Please just give us a few of your minutes till the end. So we are moving to the most interesting part of this before we close. So just stay put. Something is cooking. Something good is coming your way. Now let's have somebody, a volunteer. In the next 10 seconds before I choose, just give me a summary of what you got from the presentation that Denis has just given, because I know you are here. You are interested in maybe starting a career in IT, and IT support is the entry level. That is where you start to learn a lot of things. So Denis has given us amazing presentation, where to start, the career path, the certifications to look for, the documentation, the communities, the certifications to do. Oh, I'm actually giving you the whole thing. Yes, somebody, a gentleman, it doesn't have to be exact, just a summary, overview, a quick one. Can I say, let's go with Masharia, can you give us an overview really quick? Then a lady, be ready. Let's say Peter Kamau, yes. It's good when you volunteer. Yes, Peter?
Evening. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
good evening. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you for Denis for that brief, well concise presentation. What I got from the presentation is that an IT field is very diverse. Basically, it's all about your curiosity and the end goal, what you want to achieve in life. Currently, I'm learning more about the SOC, which Security Operating Center, and actually he have shared a very good resources. That is the Try Hack Me. I appreciate him for that. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Peter. At least you're paying attention, and these are that means you have a promising future. You join things like this, or you join sessions like this. That is where you learn more. You learn from people in the field, and that is how you make connections. Oh, at the end of this, just Denis, stick around. I know a lady's here, but I know a few ladies want your number. So stick around. For those who want to connect or network later on, maybe you could ask her to share your number later on with us, and then we can share with anybody else who wants to connect with you and learn more. You know, I don't want to get into nitty-gritties, whatever you your networking journey will be like. But stick around if you want Denis's number. Okay, let me go to a lady, a volunteer, before I choose. For the next 10 seconds. A lady, the next 10 seconds. Okay, Joyce Wakari, just give me an overview. So Michael is requesting if you can create a WhatsApp group. We already have one in place. We have the Codevertex community where we have an IT support WhatsApp group, but this is going to be exclusive for those who will be taking our IT support engineer course. I'm going to talk about that at the end of this. Bill, you can share a link to that course, the brochure, the information on how to sign up and all that. And please also attach the WhatsApp link in that document so that whoever wants to join that WhatsApp group, you can join our community. Thank you so much, Michael. Joyce Wakari, just a summary. Joyce, can you hear me? Guys, I said stick around. Give me a few minutes. Something good is cooking. So just give me a few minutes. We are closing up. I know it's already late. Okay. So ladies didn't join this. So Tabby, can you hear me? Hello, Tabby. I see a few ladies. So I'm seeing Lisbeth. I don't know whether that's a lady. Lisbeth, can you hear me? Yes, Tabby, not in a position to unmute. Okay. Okay. So let's say ladies or Mechoma. So the gents have it. Now, I'm going to pick 3 questions. Now you can type or you can talk. Now it can be from a lady or from a gentleman, but I'm going to pick 3 top questions for Denis. So Denis, stick around. Now you can ask about any challenge that you faced with ENACOACH, or you can ask about something related to IT support, how to kickstart your career and all that, or something that Denis has presented that you want clarity on. 3 questions at most. Let's go. Either you type in the messages section or raise a hand, and then we can give you a chance. Let's go really quick. A. Yes, A. Anthony Masharia. You again.
Yes, hello, can you hear me? I wanted to ask, is it necessary for one to learn coding? And if so, where can you learn?
That one I can take because that is general. Now, remember when I was talking, I don't know whether you're there when I was introducing Codevertex, that we are a tech hub located in Kisumu, and we offer tech-related courses. One of them is software engineering level 1. You get to learn the basics from CSS, to HTML, JavaScript, web development. And then level 2, where you get to specialize. You can specialize in front end with React-related frameworks like Next.js and all that, or you can go the Vue.js related ways, where currently we have Vue 2 and Vue 3. So that depends. That is in front end, whichever, because those are the most common or the most commonly used front end languages, either React or Vue.js. Level 2 software engineering is now also where you get to learn about API programming, microservices, API gateways. You get to learn about cloud, how to deploy your applications and all that. I think Denis also talked about spinning up servers and all that. So in software engineering level 2, if you choose to go full stack, then you're going to learn a lot of things, including deploying your applications to cloud and all that, and collaborations and all that. So so if you want to start, I think, Bill, you can share something in the messages section. You can share our contact. You can share the WhatsApp group, or you can share a link to our community so people can join the Codevertex community. I think I've answered your question, Anthony.
Yes, and can I ask another question? Last one.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, I've heard Mr. Denis talking about joining communities like LinkedIn. I wanted to ask, is it advisable first to endeavor to learning more skills, and then now you enter and you upload the skills you have and the course you have studied, or you can just open one and be putting things that you're getting certified over time?
Now, I want to throw this question back to the team here. You can see we have quite an hour, but listen, how many have gone to a driving school? How many have learned driving before? Just give me a thumbs up really quick. If you are a licensed driver. So I see Michael, licensed driver, Hamisi, Anthony. Now I want to ask one question, Gala. Ngala Mike, okay. I want to ask you one question. I don't know who is going to answer, or maybe Anthony, you can answer. Do you have are you a licensed driver in Kenya?
Apparently not yet, but I'm going there.
Okay, so that is not, you're not going to relate. Mhm. Have you ever cooked anything before?
Cooking, yes, I've done.
Okay, so let me start with those who have done driving. Now, if you're a licensed driver and you got your interim driving license for the first time, now the first time that you got to the road and when you're driving your car or maybe somebody's car or even a company's car, how did it feel for the first time? Did you feel like what you learned in school was actually applying on the ground when you're driving on Kenyan roads, or you realized that you're actually reinventing the wheel again by learning to drive and to survive on the Kenyan roads? Somebody give me a short story, and then we are going to link it back to this question that Anthony is asking me. Somebody really quick, a licensed driver, how did it feel for your first time driving on the road after being licensed? You went on the road, you say like, I'm feeling like Super Mondi, I can drive this thing. I'm the new pilot in town. So you decided to go on the road by yourself. You're driving. Probably if you're in Nairobi, you tried Thika Road or you tried Mombasa Road. Somebody here? It doesn't have to be, it can be Denis, it can be Bill, it can be Shirley. Yes, Denis.
Okay, me can say, for me, it was a challenge because you find that when I started my job in Teradata, I was given a car. Imagine I don't have driving license, you'll be given, the boss is telling you, you have to deliver these materials on site. So I can say it's challenging, yes, but just be ready to learn and be open. Just showing up matters. So even joining a group, you don't have the skills or something, you get to connect these guys. Maybe you tell them, I want to start maybe working on this. I have no idea. They'll just tell you, take this path. This is the right way. Maybe now you're going wrong. Maybe you jump some steps ahead, like
Yes,
Titus
Dennis,
has spoken.
exactly my point. So when you're a new driver on the road, you have the L or you don't have the L. Now, this is how you learn. When you come from, you have to have the driving force to do something. Kwanza. You see, when you come from a driving pool, something tells you at the back of your mind that you are an experienced driver. At the back of your mind, you feel that you're certified, you are an experienced, but you're not. Now, where you actually learn the driving is on the road, when people hoot, when people flash their lights at you, when people, that is where they correct you. They're telling you that you're not supposed to do that turn like that. So you get there, when you get a whole street at standstill, nobody can pass because you made a mistake. Now you learn when you're doing it. So I would say, Masharia, don't wait to have all the skills. If you really want to learn, if you are, I know for in this particular session, a number of people joined, but you'll find that 2 or 3 people are going to join our IT support course, because we always have that imposter syndrome of I'm not enough, or like something just tells you, I'll start next month, or I'll start next week, or I'll start next year. Don't wait. Just start. Don't worry about how am I going to pay fees, or I don't know even how to operate a computer, or I am joining this community, I don't even know what GitHub is. Don't worry about that. Start fast. That is what differentiates you from the others who joined this group, and maybe in the next 1 year or the next 3 months, you have a job somewhere and they don't. And they're like, dude, how do you make it? How do you do it? And the next 1 year, they see you driving some Porsche car and they're like, seriously, how do you do it? Alafu nakuja nawaambia ni Mungu manze, si ndio? That's how we say it in Kenya. So what differentiates you from the others is making the first step. Don't worry about how you're going to pay fees. Start fast. Get that small or little deposit that you're going to make. The rest you'll figure it out when you're already swimming. You won't drown and we won't let you drown. So join a community, learn a skill, do a certification. You get a job, you don't have all the skills, apply. Get your mistakes corrected during the interview if you get to that level. Don't wait. Sawa Masharia, and anybody else who is listening. And the same applies to cooking. Nobody was born knowing how to cook or with a recipe in their head. They just tried and they got better. So make the first step, don't wait. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, not next month. Start tomorrow or even now, if possible. Thank you, Masharia. Next question I'm taking two. The next question, guys, the next question to Denis or any general question. Brian or Watch, a question. So if you're not able to talk in the messages section, do we have a question? Just a question there. Just you can type your question there really quick. Anything you want to know about Codevertex or Denis or anything in the IT field, really quick. Now, as you do that, I also wanted to. I don't know how many people have watched this series. It's called Da Vinci's Demons. Give me a thumbs up. No, yes. Oh, I'm in my own world then. So when I was introducing myself, I just said from Codevertex. Okay, yes. So how many have, when you're traveling, how many have gone through a wave bridge or something like that before, or maybe a virtual wave bridge or HS wave or something like that before? Give me a thumbs up. So these people here don't know of wave bridges. That's okay. So Ngala Mike knows about wave bridges. So actually, I've worked with, if you've seen a wave bridge before or the systems that they install in the wave bridges that you see, if you see that, you should picture me in your mind because we're the people behind that, the automations and all that. So basically, when it comes to IT support, I'll tell you guys that that is where you get to learn. That is like the very key entry point into tech if you want to change your career to tech. So I want to give you an example. For example, Da Vinci once said that if you are not able to code creation or God's creation, if you are not able to decode it and see what people can't see beyond the ordinary eye, then actually it's not like we are fully exploring our potentials. Because if you look keenly, everything that you've been doing in your day-to-day life is actually attached or related to IT. I want to give you an example. If you've done, who has ever made a program here before, like any computer application, web application or app or whatever? Just give me a thumbs up. So Peter Ngala, okay. Now, I want to tell you that everything you see or in around you or in nature is actually related to how computers also work. Because you know what? The same brain that programmed computers and computer applications is the same brain that came from nature. So we actually linked and interlinked to nature if you don't know. So let's say, for example, if you wanted to make a meal, a day-to-day activity that you do, if you wanted to make a meal, you'll have ingredients, right? Let's say you want to cook, what's your favorite meal, Masharia? Masharia left. Okay, so let's say you want to make favorite meal. So what's your favorite meal, Masharia?
Chapo and minji.
Which part of the country do you come from?
You must know.
So you want to make chapo, lazima ukuwe na unga, lazima ukuwe na maji, lazima ukuwe na mafuta and all that. Sindio? Now, all this we are calling them ingredients. Now, these your ingredients, I know you have them somewhere. I mean, they are within containers or whatever, right? It's not like they're just every ingredient that you have is contained. Maybe you have a cooking oil within a container and blah, 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 and all that. Now, once you have this, you have to make a decision. You have to say, I have to warm my water and then put the unga kwanza and then add some water or maybe warm water, mix them together, all that. Now, whatever you're doing in that real life situation, you are making chapati. If we come to computers, you realize that the ingredients are what we are calling data. We might have integer, we might have decimal numbers and all that. All these are ingredients in terms of computer. If you type 1 in, or you type 8 or 80 in your keyboard. That is actually data, but where is that data going to be stored? In your computer? When you see it, maybe you typed it and you're seeing it on your screen. It's actually stored somewhere, and where they are stored in containers. And the container will be given a name based on whatever it is carrying. Like for example, I said a cooking oil container because it contains oil. So if yours contain an integer, it will be an integer container. But how do we call containers in computer language? We call them, somebody who has programmed before, how do you call data containers in programming or in computer, if you've done some code before? Mmenipea thumbs up hapa. Mmetengeneza applications. You're the guys who define variables in HTML. Bill, Shally, or Radix, how do we call? Yes, we call them variables. Why? Because a container today may be carrying oil, tomorrow you are using it to carry water. So it varies, it changes. So we call it a variable. But basically a variable is a data container. So you see, the same things that we do in day-to-day life is what we are bringing back. So it is not something new. So I'm saying when you are starting at the IT support level, that is where you get to learn the nitty-gritties and of course, get to learn more. So I want to give it to Bill to give us an overview of the courses or the IT support course that we offer, the certifications that you're going to get if you enroll in this course, the free internship that you're going to earn, and who is going to be your instructor. So Bill, just take like 5 minutes. We are almost closing. We have 8 minutes. So I told you, I promised you guys good things are coming. So this is a course that you don't want to miss, and you also don't want to miss the free internship that comes at the end of this course. And the certifications that you get are international. And guess what? You're going to be certified by organizations like Hikvision and ICDL, which is a European-based organization. So Bill, please, let's take it away.
Okay, thank you for that, Titus. So I want to thank our speaker, Denis, for being able to talk to us. So that was some good work. So thank you for that. So maybe I'll take some time to talk more about our IT support course. Just give me some 5 minutes, then I'll be able to finish. So the course, just become a certified IT support engineer in just 3 months. So whether you have some small experience, whether maybe you're some newbie, we'll hold you from the beginning up to the end. So I think by now we know more about Codevertex. So the course for if maybe a for level, or maybe some graduate, and not now there are no jobs. So maybe learning some hard skill will help you maybe get some chance to get a job. So this, and then maybe if one to maybe transition from other course to this, this course is meant for you. So we are going to take some deep dive into hardware and also fundamentals. Then we'll take some deep dive into networking, where learn more about networks, mambo na IP addresses, how to configure your switches, how to configure your access points, and many more. Then we are going to take some deep dive on more about CCTVs, how to install them, how to maintain them, and many more. Then once you are done, we'll be able to intern with us for a month, because we have some hub in town where we do the same services. So we are going to do 2 major certifications. One is SCDL, and we all know that SCDL is global. It is recognized no, I think in almost like 110 countries globally. So doing some SDL that will help you so much, because like let's say now even if you go to Uganda, like or Rwanda, the SAT will also will still apply there. Then you'll also be able to do heat vision certificate on CCTV isolation. Like as we all know, like heat vision is some Chinese firm that deals with the creation, production of CCTVs like all over the world. And now, like if you go to like any store, you're able to see like most of the usual products like the CCTVs, the bullets, like the bullets, the domes, the PA switches, and many more. Then once you are done with the course, like we'll give you some 1 month like internship to be able to now like do what uh, to do like whatever like whatever like we've learned into practice. Then you also like have access to our LMS for almost 1 year. Then we'll give you the mentors support and all the materials that you may need. So like among the team, so I'm Bill. I've been doing support for almost 5 plus years. So like I'll be one of their tutors. Then we'll also have some guy called Emmanuel Onyango. Like he's one like of the IT support in the county government of Kisumu. Like he's really like working with the ministry like of education, where like they try like and maintain the computers and networks like of the school scene like in Nyanza. Then finally we'll have some lady called Emily Kanana. So like this is the lead the Hikvision lead in Kenya. So like she will teach us more like on the HIT products, the CCTVs, access control, and many more. So maybe like I'll ask Shirley to share the link on the chat. If you want to be like enrolled to one of our courses, Shirley, maybe you're able to share with us the link on the chat. We are currently doing our September like October intake, and our main class will begin by October 10th. So maybe like if you want to maybe get if you want to like join us, this will be the perfect chance for you. Like I know like out here we have free courses, but I think like one big issue like with doing some free course like is that like you don't know where you are going. So like at least like getting some team of people to guide you, tell you like maybe like you need to do this and that, and that may be some plus one. So maybe like you can do this our course, then you can like add it with the SOC and the Cisco stuff that they know like was talking about. So if you have any question, you can either call our number. We also have some website, and our hub is in Pioneer House, Kisumu, room 204 on the second floor. So I think I'll take it back to Titus, but make sure you follow our LinkedIn accounts, because like we'll be doing these events on a weekly basis. So make sure you follow our LinkedIn account at Codevertex Africa. Then if you have any question, I'm sure Denis like will share with me the slides. So Charlie also maybe share with us the feedback form. We want to know how to like do this better. So maybe you can share with us the feedback form. Like if you have like maybe like any topic that you want us to talk more about, you can also do it on the feedback form. So I think I'll take it back to Titus, but Deno, that was also good. Maybe we can clap for him using some emoji. I think that was some really good work from our speaker, Deno. So maybe back to you, Titus.
Thank you so much, Bill, for that amazing speech. Yeah, so I want to summarize it, but before I do that, who wants Denis' contact? Or who wants my contact? You guys don't want my contact. It's now time to network. Do you want my contact or do you want Denis' contact? You can request for that. I'm not going to close this meeting. I'm just going to collect that. If you want that contact, we're going to share with you. I know we have your emails and all that. So if you want to connect with Denis, or you want to connect with us, or you want to connect with me, just indicate in the messages section before you leave. So I'm Nitaki Pitaka.